Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Just wanted to give you guys an update on the current weather situation. So, definitely, guys, you could see this as a massive storm system. You can definitely see all of this radar data. Before we jump into this, however, I definitely want to take a look at one thing. So, let's see here. Let's see. So we can definitely see all of these hazards across the nation, guys. Definitely affecting nearly the entire lower 48 here. So that's definitely very, very crazy to see, guys. So you can definitely see all these blizzard warnings in the red here, stretching from North Dakota, South Dakota into Minnesota, down through Iowa, into portions of Wisconsin and Michigan, and even into portions of New York as well. Definitely experiencing some of these blizzard conditions. We also have this massive area of winter storm warnings, guys. So definitely a lot of snow expected in this area. And we can also see all these winter weather advisories, which include the Pittsburgh area down through the lower Appalachia and upper Appalachia as well. Even into the upper south here, guys. So definitely getting in on the action all the way down through portions of northern Mississippi into Arkansas, even northern Texas as well, getting in on the action. So it's definitely pretty crazy to see. It's definitely a very, very strong storm system for sure. We got some freeze warnings down here in Texas as well, even all the way down into southern Texas. Freeze watch down here through Florida. So we'll definitely take a look at that. But it's definitely a massive storm system, guys. It's going to bring a lot of winds, a good portion of snow here as well. Unfortunately, there's going to be some warm air intrusions if you guys love snow in the Mid-Atlantic area and towards the coastline. Unfortunately, there's going to be a pretty decent warm air intrusion here, so we might be able to, unfortunately, not witness a lot of snow here in these areas. But it's definitely interesting to see here, guys, just taking a look at this map. I mean, you can see how massive this is. Definitely affecting much of the lower 48 here. Let's switch over to radar real quick. Alright, guys, let's start looping this radar just a little bit. You guys can definitely see how massive this storm system actually is with all this snow. Definitely stretching down across portions of the upper Midwest down to the Great Lakes, eventually down into the lower Midwest and into the Ozarks as well. But definitely some heavy snow definitely developing here, especially down into southern Missouri, into northern Arkansas. It definitely looks to be extremely heavy here near the West Plains area, down through Bull Shoals and Mountain Home, even down through Harrison and Green Forest as well. So definitely some heavy accumulations, especially in this area where you see sort of the colors coming in here, Gainesville. So this would be right on the border of Missouri and Arkansas here, guys. And then we have some pretty decent snows developing here into looks like eastern Missouri as well. Just to the west of St. Louis, a very, very active band here. But this stretches all the way up through Chicago, guys, on all the way up through portions of Wisconsin and upper Michigan as well. We do have some rain out ahead of this in Indiana, down through Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, down through Evansville. This does stretch down into Kentucky as well, and even stretches down through Tennessee, Arkansas. So definitely this transition is going to take place here very soon for some snow. Chicago got slammed by some snow. Definitely was looked at the live camera. It's definitely pretty crazy to see how much snow they're clearing from the actual airport in Chicago at the moment. Definitely some whiteout conditions and blizzard-like conditions happening there. And for the Pittsburgh area, guys, we did have a slight mix of rain and snow earlier today. However, it looks like that is moving out towards the northeast. We are going to get our fair share of snow here in the southwestern Pennsylvania area as well. But we do have a lot of mixing precipitation here, especially down along the Mason-Dixon line. in Cumberland, Maryland, Hagerstown, Chambersburg. Altoona seeing snow, State College snow, Lewistown snow. This stretches all the way up into New York, guys. So this is definitely a very, very big system. This is the burst of energy that has come up from the Gulf of Mexico and along the eastern seaboard here. This is the system that we've been talking about that will eventually phase with this massive system over here, which is the more prominent one that we have been discussing. So unfortunately, hopefully, if you guys definitely want to see some more snow totals, this phase transition has to happen more rapidly. But as it stands right now, it definitely looks like a lot of the moisture is along the eastern seaboard here. However, it will be getting wrapped up into the system as well, up into Canada, down through Michigan as well. I can definitely see some higher snow totals definitely developing here in Ohio and Indiana as well. Even into Pennsylvania, where some of the news stations around here were saying that we might get 1 to 2 inches of snow or maybe less. However, as that wind does come down from the northwest and hit these mountain ranges, I do believe there's going to be some backflow here that is actually going to allow precipitation and temperatures to actually cool down even more as the system comes in. So I definitely think that the 1 to 2 inches of snow is underestimated that the weather stations are saying around here. So it's definitely interesting to see, guys, but you can see how massive this system is. It is, like I said, it stretches all the way down through Arkansas, up through Michigan, even into portions of Ontario here. New York getting slammed with snow right now to the southwest of Albany. Even into Pennsylvania here, guys. So north central Pennsylvania up near Williamsport. Definitely getting a lot of snow here. So there's definitely very heavy bands coming in. But it's definitely interesting to see how dynamic these two systems are. It's going to be interesting to see how they phase together as well. The phasing of these two systems is going to be very, very key. And there he is. What's up, Justin? How are you? Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. I definitely wish you were here too, man. I hope work is going well right now. I am going to keep this briefing a little short. I do have a couple things to do later on today, but I'm probably going to be on here for a little bit longer just to show you guys some things, especially show you the new model data that's come out. So definitely, bro, I definitely appreciate you joining. It's always good to see you. So let's go back to... actually, let's check a look at Pacific Northwest here as well. We do have this next system coming in, so it's definitely producing some snow and rain, and well, technically a mixed bag of precipitation through definitely coming along the coast here of Washington down into Oregon, Northern California getting in some rain and some mixing precipitation here, Nevada getting in on some snow and mixed precipitation as well. So we'll definitely take a look at this storm system as it comes through. But right now, the main focus is definitely on this massive winter storm system that is coming through. But yeah, guys, we'll definitely take a look at some other data here as well. Alright, guys, so let's look at some of these snow totals. This is the HRRR model. This is the most recent update, I believe. Let me just make sure on that. Here we go. So got the most recent update right now. So about 17 hours out. So this is looking into, let's see here. We got 13Z, which is 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. But you guys can definitely see this is through Friday. So let's step this back a little bit. So you can see Chicago here getting about 2 inches of snow, even into Friday, so into tomorrow. You can see this massive swath of snow developing here in Ohio as well, even down into southwestern portions of Indiana, into Kentucky here, and then even along the Great Lakes, which is definitely expected with all the massive winds that are going to be through here. But you can definitely see through Friday. So this is, let me see here. This is through 8 a.m. Friday, Central Time, 9 a.m. Friday, Eastern Time. But you guys can definitely see getting into the action here between 6 and 8 inches of snow here. But in Ohio here, guys, this is where the big totals look to be coming in. Almost 10 inches here in portions of west central Ohio. So that's definitely interesting to see. Let me take a look at the model run before this, guys. That goes out 48 hours. So let's step this forward just to get a handle on the snow totals over the next 48 hours. So this is in the Christmas Eve, guys. This is, let me see. This is 1 p.m. Central to 2 p.m. Eastern time. But you guys can definitely see all of these snow totals here, according to the HRRR, especially along the lakes here. So definitely over almost, well, a little over 2 feet of snow in some locations here along the lake, especially in the upper peninsula of Michigan. You can definitely see 3 feet of snow up here, guys. So this is where the moisture is definitely going to be more prevalent here as it gets wrapped up into the system and this cold air comes down. But definitely, guys, take a look at some of these snow totals here. Looks like Indianapolis getting about 6.6 inches of snow. Down through Illinois, it looks like a general consensus of about 2 to 6 inches of snow here. Down through Missouri as well, there's some isolated spots of 3 to 6 inches, or even 4 to 8. But most of the southeastern portion of the state will see about 3 to 5 inches of snow. Most of Kentucky will see about the same there, about 3 to 5, except into the northern portions here. Can definitely see between 4 and 8 inches of snow here, guys. But take a look at Cleveland as well. Cleveland, a little over a foot of snow expected. So let's take a look at the Mid-Atlantic here. So this is through 1 p.m. Central Time or 2 p.m. Eastern Time through Christmas Eve. But you guys can definitely see the models, especially some of the model data that the local news stations here in Pittsburgh are sharing. They're showing between 1 and 2 inches of snow, or even less than that in some cases. However, I do believe that flow, that northwesterly flow that's coming down, is going to sort of backfill in here in the mountains and definitely create a larger swath of snow that's going to be a little bit more than 1 to 2 inches. So definitely 2 to 4 inches, definitely not out of the question for these areas. In the mountainous terrain here, guys, definitely see about 6 to 10 inches here. You can see Erie, guys, getting in on about a foot of snow. So it's definitely going to be very, very interesting. And you can see where this warm area is, guys. You can see that there's no snow here along the coast. So South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, down into Georgia, and Alabama, Mississippi, in the central portions and the southern portions of these states. However, in the northern portions, let's go down a little bit, guys. Take a look at this. So 48 hours out into 1 p.m. Central Time or 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve. So northern Alabama and Mississippi, guys, getting in here on some snow here. Even into portions of extreme northeastern Arkansas as well. Definitely into the upper south here. So about 2 to 4 inches here as well. Definitely looks like there's some portions here in Tennessee. In the higher terrain, getting about 8 inches of snow here. But even into northern Mississippi and Alabama, guys, you can see there's a little over an inch here in northern Mississippi. That's definitely not out of the question, considering that the amount of cool air that's going to be in place. And every flake that falls, guys, every snowflake that falls is going to stick with all these cool temperatures. So it definitely is going to be an interesting situation developing here. Let's take a look at Michigan a little closer here, guys. So we're looking at, like I said, about 2 feet of snow along the eastern side of Lake Michigan here. As we go up to Lake Superior, guys, it's definitely very, very strong through here. You can see snow totals upwards of 40 inches over the next 48 hours, so that's definitely not out of the question for sure. You can see right along Lake Erie here, guys, there's some pockets of 40 plus inches as well. Looks like Erie is going to get about 14.2 inches. Portions of Ontario as well getting in on the action. So you guys can see about 30 some inches up here as well, close to 3 feet. So definitely in between a foot and 3 feet of snow, definitely not out of the question up here in Canada. Let's see, guys. Looks like Oklahoma will see some snow as well, especially northeastern Oklahoma, where 2 to 4 inches of snow is certainly possible. To the South and southeast of that, definitely expect up to 1 inch of snow into portions of eastern Oklahoma and then down through central Oklahoma, about 1/10 of an inch. Northern Texas may get a trace of snow here, guys. So that's definitely interesting to see Texas getting on the action here. This could mean maybe some flurries down through here. Doesn't look like anything's going to stick within the next 48 hours, but we'll definitely take a look at some other models just to compare and see what's going on here. Northern Florida within the next 48 hours doesn't look like any snow. Northern Louisiana looks like you guys are out of the snow as well, but the very cold temperatures will definitely be in place. Let's take a look at those temperatures really quickly as we go to the surface temperature here, guys. Let's zoom out to the Midwest here, guys. You can definitely see how strong this low pressure system is and how sharp of a gradient this is, bringing this very cold Siberian air down. But definitely, guys, heading into later on this evening. So this is about, let me see here, this is about 6 p.m. Central Time here, guys. You can definitely see a lot of cold air overtaking much of the lower Midwest and portions of the Ohio Valley here as well. So you can guys definitely see, so negative 11 degrees up to about minus 15 degrees through Iowa here. Down through Missouri, we can definitely expect negative temperatures. It's definitely crazy to see these values, but you guys can definitely see in Indiana here about 24 degrees later on tonight. We are going to have that little bit of a warm push here into portions of the Ohio River Valley, as well as upper Appalachia as well, where temperatures can rise into the 40s or even near 50. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see, but you can definitely see how strong this cold air is. We'll go over to Texas. So let's see here. So this is so 6 p.m. tonight into, so 6 p.m. tonight, guys. Let's step back a little bit. 5 p.m. So definitely expected some very cold temperatures down through here, eventually reaching the Gulf Coast here. So temperatures in the 40s along the Gulf Coast. New Orleans, you guys are going to be at 59 or 60 degrees still later on tonight. So about an hour from now at 5 p.m. But it definitely looks like northwestern Louisiana getting down below freezing here, guys. So it's definitely interesting to see. Definitely northern Texas getting down into the single digits tonight. This is by 6 p.m. Portions of Oklahoma may see some negative temperatures as well, especially in the northeastern portion of the state. In the northern part of the state, you'll see about single digits here and all the way down through near the Red River here, guys. So definitely in the teens here as well. You can see into portions of Kansas where we'll be about 6 degrees below zero. Just to give you a time frame on when this cold air is going to hit into southeastern Louisiana here, guys. So this is, we'll get a good feel about the temperatures here. This is 11Z on Friday. So 11Z is 6 a.m. here, guys. So definitely you could see that contrast between just a 12-hour time frame. So we were in the 50s and possibly into the lower 60s, but then now we're down by freezing just in a 12-hour period, guys. So it's definitely going to be very, very cold throughout this region. Northern Texas could possibly see 0 degrees as well near Amarillo, Texas. As we come down here near Austin, guys, about 12 degrees. This is tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. You guys can see here in central Mississippi all the way through northern Alabama as well, getting into the single digits. And you guys can see down here Mobile, Alabama, sitting below freezing at this time, so definitely very cold down here. And even portions of Florida as well. The extreme portions of western Florida here, getting to about 30 degrees, so below freezing here, guys. And as we step this forward throughout the day, so we'll go to 20Z on Friday, which is about 3 p.m. here, guys. So definitely a little bit warmer down through here through central Florida. However, down here into Louisiana and over into Texas, still below freezing here, guys. Much of Tennessee will be right around in the single digits, right around 0 degrees, so definitely very cold. And let's see, I'm going to take a look at the Christmas Eve temperatures here, guys. So this is 13Z. This would be about 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern time. So definitely a majority of Florida, guys, actually if not all of Florida, is 42 degrees or lower. So it's crazy to see even here in northern Florida down into the teens as well. It looks like central Florida right around freezing or just below freezing here. But it's definitely crazy to see here, guys. In northern Georgia, you guys will get below 0 temperatures. Definitely possible for northern Alabama and northern Mississippi as well. Down through the mountainous terrain here in Tennessee, definitely below 0 temperatures. And we'll definitely take a look at Pennsylvania as well. So it definitely looks like 10Z on Friday. So this would be right around 6 a.m. here, guys. Pittsburgh should still be remaining above freezing at this point. However, if you go into 7 a.m. and 8 a.m., definitely drops below freezing pretty quickly. So we're going to see a 17-degree temperature drop within 2 hours here. And then within 3 hours, we're going to see nearly a 40-degree temperature drop here in southwestern Pennsylvania. So it's definitely going to be very, very cold. You can definitely see that cold air moving into Friday. So this would be Friday afternoon, guys, about 2 p.m. Temperatures will be around -6 degrees Fahrenheit, so definitely very cold. And these are air temperatures, guys. These are not wind chills. So if you factor in the gusty winds as well, we're looking at about -25 to -30 degree wind chills in the southwestern Pennsylvania area, stretching all the way through much of Ohio, down through Indiana, Kentucky, even into portions of West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina as well, possibly getting into the negative wind chill factor here, guys. So it's definitely pretty interesting. Let's take a look at some of these wind gusts as well. So this is 13Z Friday. This would be actually about 9 a.m. on Friday here, guys. So we're looking at wind gusts of about 45 miles per hour to 50 miles per hour. So it's definitely going to bring temperatures down very, very quickly. And you can even see up here along Lake Erie later on in the day. So this is about 17Z. So this is around 1 p.m. You can definitely see values of wind gusts of over 70 miles per hour in some of these areas. So definitely coastal flooding is definitely possible along Lake Erie. Actually along much of the Great Lakes. We'll take a look at that. So definitely some coastal flooding definitely expected along Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Lake Michigan, and Lake Huron and Superior as well. So that's definitely going to be an interesting subject. Definitely if you have family in these areas, definitely make sure you warn them of the certain conditions that are definitely going to be deteriorating as we go into the overnight hours into tomorrow. And then through even Christmas Day here, guys, we can take a look at that. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the temperatures here, guys. So it looks like Christmas Eve. This is around 2 p.m. here, guys. 1 p.m. Central Time. You could definitely take a look at these temperatures on Christmas Eve, guys. Very, very cold. Single digits for much of Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, much of New York as well. You can see some of the warmer air coming in here, and I mean, I use the term warm loosely, as temperatures will still be below freezing here. So definitely very cold. We'll definitely take a look at some of the precipitation totals, or at least the precipitation itself. Let's see here. Alright, so as we move into later on this evening, so this is around 7 p.m., you can see some very, very heavy snow developing into portions of northern Indiana, through southern Michigan here as well. Definitely some heavy bands setting up here in the New York area as well. So we step forward, you can see that massive band just expands. Definitely covers a lot more area. But it's definitely interesting to see how quick this transition does occur, especially with these temperatures behind this system. So Detroit definitely getting in on the action here with some heavy snow. And then as this system does wrap back around, we're definitely going to see a lot of that wraparound moisture come in the form of snow, where this triple point is here, guys. So it's definitely going to be with us all the way through Christmas Eve, especially with the lake effect machine definitely turning on in this area. So we can definitely see that through Pennsylvania as well. It's definitely a quick transition. Looks like over just about 2 hours in tomorrow morning. It's going to be rain and then freezing rain down into snow with some heavier bands of snow forming in Allegheny County and portions to the northeast, as well as up near Erie, near Cleveland as well. And you can definitely see this massive band up here just to the north of Lake Erie, continuing on to push heavy snow into the region. But as we head into Christmas Eve here, guys, you can definitely see that lake effect machine still turns on, definitely impacting the southwestern Pennsylvania area as well as the Great Lakes. Let's see here. Definitely looks like New York is going to get some snow as well at 21Z on Friday. So 21Z would be 5 p.m. So it's definitely very interesting. New York can definitely get in on some of the snow action here. Let's see if it is going to be enough to cause some precipitation here. Looks like New York just over 0.2 east of Cleveland. Let's see here. You guys, between now and the afternoon hours on Christmas Eve, definitely looks to be a little over a foot of snow in that area in Avon, Ohio. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Definitely the wraparound of this system is definitely going to produce a lot of lake enhanced snow bands here. So definitely going to be very, very crazy in terms of snow totals. Let's flip back to the radar real quick. West, I'm sorry. West would be just under a foot of snow here. So between 9 and 11 inches of snow to the west of Cleveland. So definitely going to develop into some pretty heavy bands. I can reiterate the precipitation type here. You can definitely see how quick that transition goes over to snow from rain. So to the west of Cleveland, definitely very, very strong there as that band comes through. And then the wraparound as well. You can see going into Christmas Eve here. So definitely a lot of wraparound behind this system. A lot of cold air still coming down. And every single snowflake that falls in this area is definitely going to stick to the ground, guys. So definitely expect a white Christmas in these areas. Let me jump back to the radar data real quick. All right, so we get to take a look at some of this radar data. So this is updated about 7 minutes ago. So we can definitely see a lot of this heavy snow developing on the eastern side of Lake Michigan here, heading into Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and into South Bend. Chicago's still getting hit with some moderate to heavy snow as well. And we have this these deeper pockets of snow developing here into southern Illinois, down through eastern Missouri, southeastern Missouri, I should say, and into southern Missouri. So definitely be on the lookout for very, very quick accumulating snows here into West Plains, Willow Springs, Bakersfield, into Gainesville. This is southern Missouri here. And then even down into portions of Missouri, even St. Louis definitely might get into the action of this band here. It definitely looks pretty interesting. It definitely looks like it has definitely some significant winds within this system here. So definitely expect the winds to pick up pretty significantly here. Illinois, so Springfield, Bloomington, Urbana, Charleston, Taylorville, Effingham. Definitely getting in on some light snow here. As we move to the south of Charleston and to the southwest of Effingham, you can definitely see there's some stronger bands setting up between 45, 57, and 64 here, guys. And as we continue down to the southwest, Fredericktown, Carbondale, definitely getting in some moderate snow. Yes, Buffalo is definitely going to get hit hard again for sure by this system. So we can take a look at Buffalo. Right now, not much happening in Buffalo. Maybe some light drizzle at the moment. However, as this system does, this system over here that came up from the Gulf of Mexico and the ocean, as this system does phase with the main system, we're definitely going to see a lot of that moisture overtake the area. And with the colder temperatures coming in, we're going to see a lot of snow, especially in the Great Lakes region. Even into portions of Ohio, so Cleveland, Avon, down through Columbus, Dayton, even into Fort Wayne and portions of Indiana as well, down into Indianapolis, and especially up through the lower peninsula and upper peninsula of Michigan as well. We're going to see a ton of snow here. So we can go take a look at those snow totals once again, just to, actually I think I can bring them up on here. Let me see here. Let's go to the model data. Alright guys, so you can see this massive gradient in temperature. This was just about 17 minutes ago where this data came in, but you can see this massive sharp transition of temperatures here. So below this dark blue, so back behind this is negative temperatures here, guys. So definitely very cold throughout Iowa, portions of Nebraska, into northwestern Missouri as well. The NAM is a reliable model. I like to use the HRRR model. It's definitely, I believe the HRRR resolves a little bit better and initializes better than the NAM. But let's take a look at some of these snow totals here, guys, that we're expecting. All right. Let me see how far this goes out, actually. So this goes out to tomorrow at 4 a.m., guys. So you can definitely see a lot of this heavy snow developing here, especially into Dayton. Dayton will have about 4 to 6 inches of snow on the ground near Dayton, all the way up through Bellefontaine here, down through Hamilton, and Cincinnati will also have about 3 to 4 inches of snow on the ground as well. Just to the west of Cleveland, let's take a look at that. So Cleveland getting in on the action here, so a little bit less than an inch of snow by 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. And as you move off to the west, more snow, so about 2 to 3 inches of snow expected from about Lorain down through Norwalk into Tiffin. And as you go down to the south, you're going to see some more stronger snow totals definitely starting to develop here. So down through Bellefontaine, Urbana, Springfield, down through Dayton, Columbus as well, getting into the action here, about almost 3 inches of snow. Looking into Friday, going about Limestone, Maine, way up north outside of Caribou. Oh yeah, the winds are going to be insane up through here. So we'll definitely take a look at this. We can switch over to the NAM model here just to get a better idea. So let's take a look at Caribou. Alright, Caribou, there we go. No reliable weather reports there, huh? Wow, that's crazy. Looking ahead, Limestone, Maine. Let's see here. All right. So this is actually through, I'm surprised, there's probably going to be more snow. The NAM model does look like it's underdoing this just slightly. I do think there's definitely going to be some precipitation here. But it's only, doesn't even look like it's giving you guys any snow, surprisingly. Which really doesn't make any sense at this point. We'll definitely take a look at the European model here. Let's see if they have precipitation. Maybe the GFS does. 3 to 6 inches for, yeah, AccuWeather sometimes is can be accurate, but for some reason they like to underdo the snowstorms, which is really weird. I'm not sure why they do that, but so let's see here. So let's go through Christmas Day. Wow, that's interesting. Very shocked that a lot of the models for Limestone, Maine are not showing any snowfall. We have to take a look at the temperatures and see what's actually going on here with the temperature profile. It could be the fact, I mean, cold temperatures are definitely going to be in place. So I definitely do believe you guys are definitely going to see some snow up here near Caribou and Limestone. Let's see. So they're saying 3 to 6 inches for Avon, Ohio. Let's see here. Let's compare some model data. We'll take a look at the HRRR model. Actually, right now I'm using the 10 to 1, but we can definitely take a look at the Kuchera method as well. Let's see here. Go back. Let me see. We could take a look at Pivotal Weather. Pivotal Weather might have some more accurate data here. Alright, let's take a look at the HRRR model here. And we will zoom into Ohio. Let's see. Actually, we'll take a look at the NAM first. That might be the better option here. Let's take a look at winter weather. We'll go to the Kuchera snowfall method here. We'll take this all the way out through, let's say, Christmas evening. So let's see. It's very interesting to see. Wow, okay. So Cleveland's sitting at about 8 inches of snow. So this is the North American model here, which sometimes I do believe the North American model underestimates. It doesn't have a very good initialization in terms of temperature. But yeah, it looks like the AccuWeather may be using the North American model here to gauge the snowfall totals here. So definitely 3 to 6 inches according to the NAM. So let's take a look at the European model real quick. Actually, sorry, let's see. Take a look at the high-res model here. Winter weather, Kuchera method, and then we'll go into Ohio once again here. Oh yeah, no problem at all. So yeah, definitely higher snow totals expected here, just to the west here. So looking about 4 to 8 or 5 to 9 inches of snowfall, which is definitely certainly not out of the question as this wraparound lake effect bands are going to set up. So definitely AccuWeather, I don't know. I think AccuWeather is probably most likely going to be wrong on that. The 3 to 6 inch snow total definitely doesn't seem to be right in that area. But let's see here. Oh yeah, it definitely did. Some of these updates, we could definitely check the GFS as well. Just curious. The GFS is showing even more snowfall. The GFS is usually good in terms of temperature initialization. However, the precipitation is a little bit off. So depending on what variables they put in there, and the timing that they have this coming through, it's very hard for the GFS to initialize around a rapid transition of temperature. But they are they're good at forecasting temperature, but in terms of snowfall, they're not very good in initializing how quickly or how slowly that temperature transition is going to take place. Exactly. Yeah. Definitely, the GFS is definitely showing. I believe definitely too much snow here. I don't think that you're going to see a foot of snow, but it's probably more likely going to be 4 to 8 inches or 5 to 9 inches to the west of Cleveland, Ohio. Here, I definitely think the European model has a better handle on this. Unfortunately, the HRRR model, actually, it might go out. There we go. Yeah, the HRRR model, I would definitely trust this model over the European model at this point. But yeah, definitely a good consensus on about 7 inches, 8 inches, 9 inches in this area. So yeah, definitely expect that amount. AccuWeather, I don't believe. Yeah, they're definitely using the North American model, which really doesn't initialize very well. So we're definitely looking at probably 4 to 8 inches of snow, definitely up here. We can take a look at. Definitely interested to see up near Caribou here. Let me see here. Yeah. It's definitely interesting to see the HRRR definitely picking up on some of these heavier snow totals. Even along the coast here as well, with some of that cold air coming in. So 3 to 4 inches along the coast down here. Portland definitely expecting a rain event. There may be some transition into snow. We'll definitely see what's going to happen here about how warm those temperatures do stay. Let me see here. Yeah, so it's definitely interesting to see. I mean, looks like about 4 to 7 inches in that area, which is definitely interesting to see, especially developing. It definitely looks like this HRRR model is bringing in that cold air. Local news says 8 to 11 inches. I could definitely see that. They're probably going off of. It might be a model blend here, which is interesting. They might be blending the North American model together with the the GFS model along with the HRRR model. But yeah, I mean, if some of these heavier bands can set up, some of these heavier bands can definitely set up off the lakes here. You'll definitely see a lot more snow. Definitely a lot more than 3 to 6 inches for sure. But average, I'd say probably about 4 to 9, somewhere in that range. But if the lake effect does kick in, which it looks like it will, you may get more than that snow total, which the local news may be right on the 8 to 11 inches for sure. Almost 80 heat index in Rio Grande Valley, South Texas. Wow, okay. Let's take a look at those temperatures down there. Let me see here. Oops, let me get a wider view. Yeah, definitely. So definitely the heat index was definitely definitely up near 80, especially down here into the Rio Grande. But if you take a look at later on into tomorrow morning, the wind chills are going to drop into the 20s, which is 20s and 30s. Or sorry, the temperature is going to drop down into the 20s or 30s down here. So definitely love it till it hits. Exactly. Yeah, but take a look at that. You can definitely see some of these values here. Definitely into the low 20s here. We can take a look at Pivotal to take a look at some of the wind chills that are going to be down in that area. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is Saturday. Let me go back to Friday. So this is into tonight down near midnight. Definitely see these temperatures dropping down into between freezing and well below freezing, down into 15. These are wind chills here, guys. Corpus Christi down to 18, so that's definitely pretty crazy. Let's see here. Kind of want to step forward a little bit. So 9 a.m. on Friday. So definitely well below freezing in much of Texas in terms of wind chill. Even up here to the northwest of San Antonio, wind chills below 0. So that's definitely crazy to see. Let's see here. Definitely want to take a look at Christmas Eve as well. So yeah, definitely still below freezing wind chills. So definitely a big difference between 80-degree heat index to between just near freezing to into the teens for wind chills. So definitely a major shift in the pattern and temperatures here. I kind of want to take a look at the meso analysis here as well, just to see if we have any new data in terms of definitely some snow squalls. We'll see here. And dendritic growth layer definitely looks to be getting its act together, especially here into portions of Arkansas and Tennessee as well, and where the snow is setting up down here in southeastern Illinois down into southeastern Missouri as well. Let's go back to the radar data. Wow. Taking a little bit longer to load, but that's okay. No worries. All right. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to zoom in on that in a minute. Oops, I meant to hit not single site. We want to take a look at the entire nation in terms of radar. Is the Weather Channel? Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Sometimes they're about the same. Sometimes as AccuWeather, they rely on the more global model, so the European, the GFS. They really don't rely much on the smaller models. Weather Channel is very good at predicting temperatures, though, so definitely take a look at that. You can definitely gauge temperatures pretty well with Weather Channel. This is Radar Omega, this app actually here. It is a paid subscription. However, it does do a very, very good job. You can take a look at model data, satellite data, current temperatures, current radar, basically everything. And this actually has 3D data as well. So let me see if I can actually access some of that 3D. So if we zoom in onto portions of Illinois here, we could take a look at some of these snow bands in 3D. Let's see if it actually lets me do it this time. But yeah, you can definitely see some of these snow bands definitely growing taller into the atmosphere, definitely tapping into some of those colder temperatures. So this transition is definitely occurring here into these areas. But it's definitely interesting to see, especially to Effingham and down through Fairfield. You can see this transition taking place. You can see the snow is actually growing taller in the atmosphere, able to tap into those temperatures, those cold temperatures aloft, which is going to bring down definitely some snowflakes here for sure. Evansville should soon transition over into snow. So that is down into Indiana here. One thing I do want to look at, I did see some warnings here. So these are severe thunderstorm warnings along the coast here. So we'll definitely take a look at this. This is definitely interesting. I may have to go into the single site radar to take a look at this one. Yeah, no problem. Definitely have an amazing night yourself as well. Definitely appreciate you joining the live stream. Let's see here. Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see that there is a little bit of a severe weather threat here going on. It definitely looks like there is almost a tornado-like vortex signature developing here. This is on coastal North Carolina, guys. So this is to the west or the east of Beaufort, down to the southwest of Oracoke. So if you guys live in the area of Oracoke here, up through Pamlico Sound, definitely be on the lookout for possible tornado development here, guys. Let's see. Take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning. So southeastern Hyde County and northeastern Carteret County in eastern North Carolina. So at 4:16 p.m., so about 20 minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm was located 14 miles southeast of Atlantic, or 20 miles east of Harker's Island, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. So hazard is 70 mile per hour winds and quarter-size hail. So definitely some hail damage is expected. Expect considerable tree damage. Wind damage is also likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Portsmouth Village, Oracoke Lighthouse, Oracoke Ferry Terminal, and Oracoke Lighthouse. So it listed that twice. That's pretty funny. But yeah, guys, this could be a very, very dangerous situation. We can take a look at velocity data here to see if there's any rotation developing. And we do have a very, very strong couplet on radar. Definitely developing here. So this is just off the coast of North Carolina. So if you guys are near Cape Lookout National Seashore by sea level, there may be a water spout that may be visible out here, guys. So it'd be definitely interesting to see what's going on. Crazy to think the same areas affected by severe thunderstorm warnings are going to get in the wind chill watch as well. Oh, definitely. It's definitely going to be crazy in terms of cold air. As we've been discussing, you and I, bro. So basically, the snow is definitely going to be one portion of the system. However, the cold and the cold temperatures, as well as the wind gusts, are going to be the major part of this system, especially bringing in very, very dangerous cold. Even within 10 to 20 minutes, hypothermia and frostbite can definitely set in. So definitely, if you are under one of the wind chill watches, wind chill advisories, and warnings, please definitely heed those warnings and advisories and watches as well, as temperatures will drop very, very rapidly through the overnight hours tonight into tomorrow, where temperature drops can be between 25 and 40 degrees within 2 hours. So it's definitely going to be very, very intense. But yeah, take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning here, guys. This is heading right up to Oracoke here. So it definitely looks pretty strong on velocity data. There definitely could be a tornado definitely forming here. I'm surprised they haven't issued a tornado warning just yet. They may, though, as we head into further into this. Let's take a look at the reflectivity here. It is starting to get that nice hook. We can definitely take a look at this on 3D as well. Let me try to position this a little better just so we can see that hook. But yeah, guys, you can definitely see it forming right in here. So definitely has that characteristic shape. I have a hook echo here. Let me try to go back this way. There we go. Now I can see that a little bit better. So we will animate this a little bit. You can definitely see there may have been a water spout there. Definitely with that bound weak echo region definitely developing there. It does look like this storm is weakening slightly. It looks like it's not taking on much of that hook shape. It is going to be moving into colder temperatures here, which may inhibit tornado genesis here, or water spout formation as well. But nevertheless, this is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing 70 mile per hour wind gusts and up to quarter size hail. I wouldn't be surprised if half-dollar size hail were into the storm as well. But yeah, it does look like it is weakening as it does come ashore. You could definitely see there is some massive hail, most likely forming just to the southwest of Portsmouth. So if you guys are in Portsmouth or Oracoke here, definitely get into your severe weather shelter or get indoors as quickly as possible as this storm definitely moves over your area. Let's take a look at some of the hail data. So vertically integrated liquid, we can take a look at that. And definitely some very, very large hail definitely developing here. So 51.36 kilograms per meter squared. So that's about quarter size, a little bit above quarter size actually. So we definitely have some decent hail forming. Quarter size would be back here, sort of back here into this orange region, back here into the 45 to about 48 kilograms per meter squared. However, once you get up to 55, we're actually starting to move towards half-dollar size hail here, guys. So that definitely could be very, very catastrophic for Portsmouth and Oracoke as this storm system comes in. No tornado warning on this storm at all right now, but it definitely looks like it may be trying to develop that hook once again. So it's definitely crazy to see this, guys. And this storm definitely has a lot of feeder bands coming in as well, just to its east and southeast. So definitely be on the lookout for this, guys. Very intense thunderstorm coming ashore. Lots of lightning in this storm as well. Looks like it is trying to form that hook shape once again as it does come ashore here. Let's see here. See if we can look at correlation coefficient. Yes, there is a big hail spike on radar here using the correlation coefficient. You can see this massive spike here. So there definitely is pretty big hail definitely developing here just to the southwest of Portsmouth. So if you are driving or outdoors in Portsmouth or to the south of Oracoke or in Oracoke as well, definitely please get into your severe weather shelter or move indoors. Definitely try to put your car into a garage or under a port of some sort. Do not park under a overpass. That's definitely not a good spot for severe thunderstorms. As these winds do come in, the winds will actually be stronger underneath an overpass. So definitely try to get into a sturdy shelter if you can. But yeah, it's definitely a very, very strong storm coming in here, guys. Let's see. I want to see if this has wind chills on it. I definitely want to take a look back at the wind chills again. Just to show you guys, just to reiterate how cold this storm system actually is going to be. And I don't know if it does have wind chills or not. I think it's just going to show the temperature. That's okay. We could definitely take a look at temperature, though. You can see the sharp contrast moving in here. So let's see. Let's go to 5 p.m. So we're moving pretty close here. I guess we can use 4 p.m. because we're only 15 minutes away from 4 p.m. in the central areas here. Okay, let me go back one more. Yeah, so by 5 p.m. here, guys, central Indiana into Indianapolis will definitely start to feel these very cold temperatures moving in. So just above freezing here, so about 37 degrees. But then off to your west here, guys, you can see the temperature drops off very, very sharply into the negatives here into central Illinois. Let's see. But where this severe thunderstorm warning is, it's still in the 60s, so you can definitely see why that storm is definitely developing there. Very, very isolated pocket of 60-degree temperatures here onshore, especially with that onshore flow going on as well. But yeah, guys, take a look at these temperatures. They're just insanely cold, especially behind this into Iowa. So down in through Des Moines, Iowa, we're looking at minus 12 degrees. This would be by 5 p.m. Let me actually go into 8 p.m. actually is pretty good tonight. So down into minus 13, almost minus 14. Just to the west of Rapid City, minus 23 degrees. You can see portions up here into Canada, minus 31 degrees, guys. And these are not wind chill values. These are temperatures. So that's definitely very, very cold. Definitely do not go outdoors. And definitely limit travel in this area, especially into the early morning hours and into the overnight and evening hours tonight. Definitely limit travel in this area, guys, as snow and ice will be transitioning from rain. So it's definitely be very, very cold here. I'm just very curious to see how quickly this transition happens. So for those of you guys, family and friends and coworkers living in the Pittsburgh area, let's take a look at this transition zone here. So Pittsburgh sitting at about 39-40 degrees at 5 a.m. And then just about, we can get a distant measurement on that really quickly. So this is 5 a.m. guys, tomorrow morning. So you can definitely see this here. So just about 20 miles to the southwest, we're looking at, so 20 miles to the southwest, guys, we're looking at temperatures that are below freezing. And then as you move even further down into portions of Ohio here, down into Lancaster, Marietta, Athens, definitely down into the single digits, so very, very cold. So it's above freezing here in Pittsburgh, so let's take a look at that. Let's step 1 hour forward into 6 a.m. So yeah, 1 hour, guys, we're going to drop about 13 degrees in about 1 hour. And then 2 hours, we're going to drop, man, that's actually a very significant amount. 23 degrees here in about 2 hours time. And then 3 hours time, I mean, we're down into the single digits here, guys. So it's definitely very cold by 8 a.m. tomorrow. 9 a.m. possibly getting down to near 0 degrees here in the Pittsburgh area. Washington, you guys will be below 0 at about 1.4 degrees. And most of Ohio is actually going to be below 0. Some places actually well below 0 at negative 10 degrees here between Mansfield and Columbus, Ohio. Over here by Cleveland, guys, we're looking at minus 3.5 degrees. So definitely very, very cold temperatures here, guys. Let's just take a look at the snowfall totals here once again, just before I jump off of here, guys. We're actually probably going to use pivotal weather once again. Alright, let's see here. Let's go to regional. Go to the Midwest real quick, guys. And we'll go to the Kuchera snowfall method here. So this is through, let me see here. So this is 12Z, Christmas Eve, guys. So this is right about, looks like 7 or 8 a.m. here, guys. You can definitely see a lot of snow developing here, especially across portions of Ohio down into central Ohio, western Ohio, into much of Indiana as well, where you can expect about a general consensus of 4 to 9 inches of snow here. Especially up here in Ohio, if the lake effect machine definitely gets going, we'll definitely see a little bit more snow here as well. So possibly even up to a foot of snow in some locations. But we're definitely taking a look at these bullseye amounts, especially to the near Lake Superior here, guys, and Lake Michigan, where you can see snow totals of a foot, 2 feet, or even 3 feet in some locations. So definitely it'll be crazy for sure. And definitely you have a good night as well, and you're very welcome. Let's take a look at into the Mid-Atlantic here. So the Pittsburgh area, about 3 to 5 or 2 to 4 inches of snow stretching from Pittsburgh all the way down through Kentucky into portions of central and western Tennessee here. So definitely could be an interesting event. I mean, the winds are definitely going to be very strong. So even if an inch of snow is on the ground, it's going to look like a blizzard outside, guys. So definitely be careful. If you are traveling out there, definitely use caution. And remember, guys, that your life is more important than where you're going. So definitely be careful out there, guys. Looks like Buffalo may get slammed again here with about 20 inches of snow. Erie looks like it went up just a little bit. We're looking at about 14 to about 22 inches of snow in Erie. Portions up here into Canada definitely looks like 3 feet or more. So we could definitely take a look at that. Yeah, so Buffalo, guys, getting okay, possibly 3 feet of snow like once again here in Buffalo. So it's definitely going to be a major situation. I know Reed Timmer is chasing up there. Shout out to Reed Timmer. Definitely stay safe while you're storm chasing up here. But guys, Watertown, Kingston, Belleville, definitely getting above a foot of snow. Watertown may be expecting near 2 feet of snow. So it's definitely interesting to see here, guys, this situation pan out. Let's go back up to Maine. So yeah, we're definitely looking at a general consensus of northern Maine getting between 3 and 10 inches of snow. And some areas actually getting almost 2 feet of snow as well. So definitely be careful as you traverse these areas as well. Take a look at Ohio from Cleveland all the way down through Newark and Cincinnati. About 5 to 10 inches of snow definitely possible in these areas. Maybe more depending on how much the lake effect actually takes hold here. Which it definitely looks like the wraparound on this system is definitely going to be pretty major. Even down through between the North Carolina border and Tennessee border, definitely between 2 and 4 inches of snow possible. Into the higher terrain here into West Virginia, definitely expect between 6 and 9 inches. Maysville getting about 4.1, Pikesville 2.1, Charleston 2.3. Oops. And as you can see, Cincinnati 5.7, down through Bowling Green 3.1, Lexington Fayette 4.5. Definitely take a look at Arkansas as well. So let's see here. So Memphis getting 1.2, Jonesboro 2.8, Mountain Home 2.8 in Arkansas, Rogers, Arkansas 2.5, Conway getting 1.1. Grenada down here definitely getting into Mississippi here, guys. So that's about 0.3 of an inch of snow. We could take a look at freezing rain as well to see if any freezing rain is going to develop. And it does look like a very dangerous situation maybe developing here into portions of Arkansas, into Tennessee and Mississippi as well. So yeah, northeastern Mississippi, or northwestern Mississippi, I should say, getting about 0.5 of an inch of ice, 0.6 of an inch of ice. So definitely be on the lookout for areas of black ice developing here. You can definitely see this through North Carolina as well, near Charlottesville. That's definitely very, very strong here, guys. Over 0.5 inch of ice definitely coming down. It's crazy to think that 0.5 inch of ice can actually bring down power lines and trees. So that's definitely, it's like having between 600 and 1,000 pounds of weight on the branches and power lines here. So definitely possibly some power outages here, unfortunately, just in time for a Christmas holiday, which is not very good here, guys. So I definitely appreciate you guys joining me. I'm definitely going to hop off of here. I'll probably do a video either later on tonight or definitely do one tomorrow for sure. We're going to definitely take a look at the next storm system as well. We may track NORAD Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, so that'll definitely be interesting. We might do that live here on the channel. So definitely appreciate you guys joining me. Definitely hit that subscribe button and the like button as well if you guys enjoyed our content. And always remember, guys,